Hey everybody, my name's Kyle and this is Track by Track, music reviews, news, and commentary. It's February 1st and today marks the highly anticipated return of Great 28. Only this year it's live. Well, the episodes aren't live, but this time all of the albums are. Just like last February, this will be a month-long series where every day this month I'll post a short video highlighting one live album from my collection each day and what makes it great. If you didn't get the chance to take the Great 28 ride with me last year, I'll include a link to that first episode right here. And speaking of that first episode, I can think of no better place to start than with the very same artist we kicked off the series with in 2018. Ryan Adams is one of my favorite artists, and with no less than 3 new albums on the way from him this year, I've got a lot to look forward to. In the meantime, let's talk about his only official live album so far, Live at Carnegie Hall. Released in 2015, this album showcases Adams during his 2-night solo acoustic appearance at one of America's most prestigious performance venues. First off, let me point out that there's 2 different editions available of Live at Carnegie Hall. The CD version features 10 tracks compiled from the 2 performances. It's well worth having, of course, but what I highly recommend is that you track down the digital or vinyl editions. Those versions of Live at Carnegie Hall featured the complete concerts from both nights. You get 20 songs from the first night and 22 more from the second. Remarkably, there's only about a half dozen or so songs that appear on the set list of both nights, so there's not a whole lot of repetition here. But even when there is, there's enough unique character in each performance that it hardly feels like deja vu. In fact, the 2 performances of New York, New York couldn't be more different. Played as an acoustic guitar rocker the first night, and then as a more somber piano-based ode to the city on the second night. As far as the set lists are concerned, it's hard to imagine any Ryan Adams fan being disappointed. The songs span practically all of his albums, from Heartbreaker to 2014's self-titled release, and there's some other little surprises tossed in for good measure. As much as I love the song selection and the stripped-down performances, I've got to say that the stage banter on this album is almost worth the price of admission on its own. Is it banter if it's just one guy? Well, whatever you call it, it's kind of hilarious. Adams seems to just comment about whatever random thoughts seem to be popping into his head at any given moment. It almost feels like stand-up comedy sometimes, often with more than a little bit of self-depreciation. Adams even seems to recognize that his humorous comments are often in contrast to the music itself. When he finishes his sad sack fan favorite, Come Pick Me Up, the audience applauds loudly, but Adams responds by shouting, "See, now you're sad." There's a palpable joyfulness in these performances, even when the songs are more maudlin. It's a very different Ryan Adams than the one that I saw in concert 10 years earlier, a show that started an hour late and ended with Adams abandoning the song midway through and exiting the stage in a drunken stupor. That was a heartbreaking night for me and many other fans, I'm sure. So I envy the New York City audience that got to experience this Ryan Adams. One day, I hope to as well. For now, though, Live at Carnegie Hall is as good as it gets, which is why it's such a great place to start this year's Great 28 Live. That's it for today's episode. As always, I'll try to include Amazon ordering links in the description below if you want to add any of the music I've featured to your collection. And before you go, please be sure to click subscribe so that you don't miss the next episode of Great 28 Live, as well as many more videos to come. Once again, my name's Kyle, and this has been Track by Track. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.